Hey guys, in this video I'll be comparing Chris Bumstead's 2024 Classic Physique Olympia package and his 2024 Prague Pro Open Physique. A lot of people were hyped to see how well an open C-Bum could do. However, in this video I'm going to focus more on the improvements that he made, if there were even any. Now do let me know in the comments down below if you think that Chris should retire or continue to compete in the open division, and like and subscribe if you want to see more. With all, that being said though, let's get into this comparison. Alright, the first pose we have, the front lat spread, is arguably Chris's best pose. He showcases those bulbous, almost Dorian-esque lats perfectly, and his shape and flow are on point in both versions. Honestly, Chris's lats look more impressive to me when he was in the classic division compared to the open, mainly because every other body part was smaller. In the open though, his arms, delts, chest, and legs all look a lot fuller and rounder, which almost overshadows how impressive those lats really are. Regardless, his lats in both perfectly fill out his frame, with the open version having even better muscularity in the outer quad sweeps, chest, and delts. He appears so much fuller thanks to not having that weight cap, yet still brings extremely competitive conditioning as well. The side chest is another pose which Chris is one of the best of all time in, and in my opinion he has one of the most pleasing side chest poses as well. Even in the Classic Physique division, Chris had some of the best proportions and presentation in this shot. However, now with the added size, he looks ridiculous. Just to look at how massive his side leg looks now, especially the top of his quad and the hamstring drop, and he doesn't even really sacrifice that much detail at all. Then you look upstairs and the changes are just remarkable, the fuller chest and slight improvements in the arm, all things that really take this pose to the next level. Now his arm and delt look roughly the same across the two versions, however I feel as though he brought the fullness to the necessary places, and he looks amazing in the open division. The rear double is surprisingly a pose in which I feel Chris almost looks worse in now, maybe due to the posing. It looks as if he isn't opened up as wide in the open, whereas in the Classic Physique division he looks much wider and more opened up. He might have been attempting to squeeze his traps to create more density and thickness in the mid-back. However, he should have played to his strengths of, the incredible width, instead of trying to match Martin or Sean's density. For adding all that fullness and weight though, I am pretty impressed at how his glutes and hamstrings still look similarly shredded in the open, and honestly his conditioning as a whole looks very solid from behind. Now there definitely aren't stark improvements from behind in my opinion, however he doesn't look any worse muscularity wise, and still has subtle gains in the outer quad sweep and the traps. Here's one of Chris's go-to classic shots, and in this one I think that he looks virtually identical across the two versions. As we've seen in the other shots, the increased fullness really went to his chest and outer quad sweep, and in this pose these areas aren't really that important in my opinion. Now, look, his quad sweep and teardrop look a lot better in the open division, however his arms, his lats, and the torso look about the same. This is obviously a good thing though, because he didn't lose his flow or shape while gaining size. However, there really aren't any substantial gains to be seen here because his arms didn't really get much larger. The twisting rear double is another trademark Chris shot, with his physique being perfectly tailored for this pose. He's known for having wraparound striations in the glutes, that wide back, and very proportional arms here, and he has all of those things in the open version as well. Now the conditioning and muscularity are roughly even, I would say, with the classic version getting the slight edge in condition, whereas the open version has a bit more pop in size. Nothing crazy once again, however, I really wasn't expecting anything crazy when it comes to size, considering he only had 6 weeks to prep, and really wasn't going all out. The last pose, the most muscular, really does highlight the gains Chris has made, especially in the delts, chest, and legs. He was able to rebound and regain the fullness and size that he dieted off for the Olympia, and he looks very good. He also seems to have peaked very well as well, which is something that I commend his team for. It's not like Chris really looks like an open bodybuilder per se, however he has that wow factor that makes his aesthetic lines and great shapes stand out and really grab your attention. Since it is the open though, Chris had to hit the, crab most muscular, of course he did, and in this one he really does come to life. Funnily enough, Chris has some of the freakiest traps in bodybuilding in my opinion, as they really just jump right out at you and pop off of his neck, which is also pretty long. Now his chest, arms, and delts all look shredded and peeled, and overall he looks great. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. In short, Chris definitely made some noticeable improvements across the board, but nothing out of this world. Do let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.